Hello, and welcome to Third Act Film. Today we're discussing some of the big flaws in our favourite films. Here with me is Todd James.
Hello.
And I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James Forbes.
Alright, if you want to kick us off.
I would love to. Okay, before I start, I want to say something, as I sometimes do.
Yeah.
I've tried not to be nitpicky. I've tried to do things that are genuine issues because literally any film you can nitpick.
Yeah,
but for something to be a big flaw, or whatever this video is going to be titled,
yeah,
it needs to be like a bit more than that. That being said, my first one is a little bit of a nitpick.
Oh dear.
Interstellar.
Oh wow, I had an Interstellar one as well.
No way. Okay,
yeah,
I hope
it might be the same
thing.
one.
At the time, wasn't in my top 10 of the year.
Yeah.
2014. Looking back, I don't know why not. It is the film I think about the most from that year. It's the film that... Anyway, I love it basically. Like a year and a half later, I think it's better than I ever have. I think about it more. I listen to the music more, blah, blah, blah. One thing that really bothers me about this film...
Yeah.
Why doesn't he love his son as much as his daughter?
Perhaps we should... I'll put a disclaimer up before... We're getting a lot of spoilers out here.
That's not that much of a spoiler.
That's not much of a spoiler. But yes, you are right. Why?
I mean,
the whole thing was about his daughter. Was that even his son? Was that what they were
We'll
hinting
never
at?
know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because we never knew the mother.
Later the son becomes a jerk, but that's later. That's after things affect it. And like you see those videos of him like watching his son grow up and stuff, and he's like all emotional.
Yeah.
And then he sees Jessica Chastain, and he's like,
yeah.
Like, what? Why didn't he love his son that much?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just weird. Like, if that was my dad, and he was paying attention to one of my siblings loads, I'd be like, what have I done?
Mm.
Like, just one line, explain it away.
Yeah.
Tell it anyway.
Just be like, he's always in trouble at school, and he's really annoying. Even that, though. Yeah, it was a weird one, and it was just a father and daughter story, but there was no explanation as to why he loved his daughter so much more.
No, just have her be an only child.
Yeah, and just have I don't know, who they could have just had someone else fill in for that role.
Have the granddad be the one.
Give him a brother who's helping them raise the child.
Yeah.
He could fill in the role for the grandfather and for the brother.
We have just saved whatever John Lithgow's salary was for that film. We've just saved that.
Yeah. I'll continue with Interstellar. I'll move on to my point. Yeah, kind of similar. I mean, there are people who absolutely hate this film and like, what, time travel?
Yeah,
and are very angry about it. But I, it's always difficult when you do time travel. Always, and you get problems with causality and such like that. And I know some of the bigger flaws being how can the future whoever created the Tesseract that encapsulated Cooper's character,
bookcase, if you will.
The bookcase, if you will. How could they have created it if they are already dead because they never saved them? Because there must have been an original timeline.
I have an answer for that.
Oh.
But carry on. Or do you want to answer it now?
Answer it.
Okay, so the whole thing is about fifth dimensional travel, and they even discuss it with I think it's Anne Hathaway says, there might be beings that can walk up the past like it's a mountain. So that is like hinting at further dimensional travel. So I think it's humans from an alternate future, the ones that ultimately did get saved, who then came back and saved the humans in this timeline to create that timeline.
But then who saved them?
Them in the future.
That's what I'm saying. That's the causality loop there. That there must, if they got saved by someone and then created this timeline, then who saved those people to save them? You keep going back.
Them from the future, from an alternate timeline, which they then created.
Right, this is hurting a lot of people's heads. This is. But moving on, definitely.
Okay.
Why did they not just hire Cooper in the first place, right at the beginning?
Yeah.
This is just a weird one, just because the whole film is set up, the idea being that he stumbles upon this NASA secret project. Why is it a secret? Oh, we're going to save the world.
Don't tell anyone. Yeah,
Keep this
he's like the
between
best
you
man
and
for
I.
the job. They clearly have him still on record.
Yeah.
He lives driving distance away.
And what does he do? He just sits out on his farm complaining about how crap the world is.
Multiple times.
Yeah. And they could have just called him up and like, hey, we're doing a mission to save all of existence. And you're a really good pilot. How do you feel about that?
You're a car drive away. Fancy coming in for a meeting?
Yeah, you should have come down the road.
Why was their security so bad? It was just a chain link fence.
Yeah. Well,
that does bother me.
But it's just that because it's the crux of the whole film. Yeah. Now, if you ignore that, the film still works, visually stunning, good attempt at discussing time travel, although it's always difficult.
The reason that happened is because if you remember when he gets into the Tesseract at the end, he does the coordinates in the bookcase. Yeah. So I think there had to be something for him to affect.
Yeah. And because if they had just called him up, then what would he do in the library?
He could have... Because he could have put the phone number. What to NASA.
To NASA. He could have tapped to NASA.
The phone.
And they're like, what is this number? Let's call it. Hello? Yeah. Oh my God, I live around the corner. Yeah, come down. We've just solved another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Yeah. Moving on.
Right.
Your next one.
This is to do with the X-Men franchise. Now, I brought this up in
I've
our
also
recent...
got X-Men.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
I think this is the same one. I'm sure it's going to be.
Go on.
I brought this up in the recent spoiler discussion. Link here, if we remember.
Yeah.
They never age appropriately.
Oh, right, yeah.
and it does bother me a little bit because you see
they're
Magneto.
able to make people blue.
Yeah.
But look at like their age.
But,
that's impossible.
So like the big one is Magneto. Let's just say that you see him in World War II, early teens. So let's just say, for the sake of maths, he's 10 years old in 1940.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past is set in about 2030. It's about 15, 20 years in the future from now. Roughly?
Okay, yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
roughly. Yeah. He's 100 years old in Days of Future Past, Ian McKellen.
Alright, let's be generous. Generous. And
which I was already being.
Yeah. Let's be more so. Let's assume that is just an alternate timeline and that it is set present day. So that would have been 2040.
But it's not. I know where you're going with this, but carry on.
And that just a series of events after First Class led to Sentinels and the whole world being destroyed. Yeah.
Right. Well, no. But even then,
he would still be.
The events of X-Men 1 and 2 are about where we are now in real time. When they came out, they were in like the near future.
Okay.
So let's just say again, 2010.
Yeah.
Even that Days of Future Past is about 10, 15 years in the future. So he'd be 90.
Yeah, he would be 90.
And the other big one is, is Havoc and James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. Between First Class and Apocalypse, there's like 15, 20 years.
Nothing.
Havoc's still like living in his basement, in his parents' basement.
Yeah.
James McAvoy, he's just in a chair now.
Yeah.
Like they, yeah. And like it doesn't bother me that much because I still really like those films. But come on, guys, like let's put a little bit of aging.
Can we just a little bit of grey or something? Just something to say he's like a little wrinkle just at the edge of his eye. And I'm like,
a couple of crow's feet.
Yeah.
Like, is it that much work?
Yeah. But
and the other one,
go on. Beast.
Yeah, he's meant to be like mid-40s.
Yeah,
in Apocalypse.
And
he's Nicholas Hoult. He's like 22.
Does Nicholas Hoult age? I swear he's in his 30s.
Well, he looks young.
He does look very young. Yeah, you're not wrong. And as well, he's supposed to turn into Frasier like in a year.
There is a strange series of events between that we have not yet seen.
Yeah.
Right. What were you?
My X-Men was it's kind of a big plot hole for all of it, kind of.
Okay.
That Xavier is his powers are too powerful, and I don't think they realise like how powerful they've accidentally made him.
Right.
In the sense that he's got his Cerebro thing, and he can get into anybody's mind in the whole world.
Right.
So why doesn't he just change people's opinions on mutants?
No, he wouldn't want to do that.
Why? Why would it wouldn't be any different from themselves changing their opinion? If he was if he was able to incept the idea that mutants are cool into everyone,
right,
then everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, mutants are fine," and then there would be peace forever. You know what I mean? There would be no more mutants getting killed, and he has this ability.
More than that, he could just be like, "Make everyone nice."
Yeah,
like no petty squabbles.
Yeah.
Equal shares for everyone.
Yeah, world peace. He could literally bring world peace.
Yeah.
I guess you got the argument of free will and such, but he does it to other minor characters. He deletes people's memories. He persuades people to do other stuff on the kind of micro level. He's fine doing that, but when it's a case of, oh yeah, why don't I just like tell the whole world to like chill out?
Yeah, but I think that the whole point is he wants everyone to come to the decision on their own. I think that would be against his ideology of. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. The ideology of free will,
basically, because that basically is him being the bad guy, forcing everyone to like mutants by being a mutant and changing them.
Yeah,
like the whole point is that mutants are change, so you shouldn't force this change on other people.
Okay. I sound a bit sad now, don't I?
Yeah, I'm quite sad now. I'm upset by this discussion.
Moving on. Something happier. I've got one. I'm just going to jump in.
Okay, go for it. I just remembered
it. The film Inside Out, which we all loved.
I was trying to think of a Pixar one and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Go.
With Inside Out, I can't remember. I saw it in some video.
I know what you're going to say.
So when you've got happiness and sadness,
joy and sadness,
yeah, that they've been kicked out of the brain, and then they're in the memory stores, and they're in the long-term memory stores, and they meet up with some of the worker memory bots, whatever I don't know what they are, the others.
They call them something really witty.
Yeah,
like the mind people,
the minders.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
I'm making up. Yeah. And they appear and they're like, oh, yeah, this is long-term storage. And, we saw it all out here. And you know what? Sometimes we just throw up this...
Triple dent gum
advert up into the main place. Into the main brain station. Meanwhile, Joy is standing there literally with all of the core memories.
Yeah.
And she could have just like,
what a convenient device. Yeah.
Yeah. Could have shot them all up.
That does completely ruin the film. You're right.
Yeah. But equally, they could have just removed that whole scene and said, it can't happen like that.
Yeah.
That's not how long-term memory works.
Yeah.
You have to be trying to, like, some sort of way of trying to remember it. And they have to call for it. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. I get it. That is a completely valid criticism of the film. I still think it's wonderful. Hence why this is our favourite films with horrible criticisms.
Yeah.
I got one. Possibly my favourite film of all time. Terminator 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you like it?
I'm loving it already.
Great. There is a bit where the Terminator, as in Liquid Metal Terminator, calls Arnie Terminator, or calls John Connor, and he replicates the voice of John's mum.
Yeah.
And that's how he catches him out, by saying, oh, how's Wolfie doing? And then he's like, oh, my dog's actual name is Pickles, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got one of those right. Probably not Pickles. Then later on, Liquid Metal Terminator, he's searching for John Connor, and he's got Sarah Connor, and he like skewers her, and he's like, call for John. Like trying to get her to be like, John, come here. When really he should just be like, hold on a second. I can replicate your voice. And that's like, in a way it's a nitpick, but in a way that's like a major scene. Like, he could have just, through the face of Sarah Connor,
done her voice.
And then she'd be like, hi, I'm Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that.
Yeah. Equally, though, pretty cool film. And
I love it.
And I swear he does imitate it. He does imitate her voice at the end again. I can't remember. But yeah.
Anyway, that scene doesn't make sense. But I still love Terminator 2.
Another big franchise that you and I both like. Have you got another one after this, by the way?
I've got one more.
Alright, this is my last one.
Okay.
Star Wars. We all love it.
Yeah.
We love Star Wars. Every single one of them.
All 4. Right.
And with Star Wars, the main premise for A New Hope, the whole kick in the start of all of it.
I know where this is going. Yeah, okay.
Is Princess Leia needs to send the Death Star plans to the Rebel Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That is the main
I know
main
exactly
premise.
what you're going to say. Carry on.
However, there's a little old thing that, obviously Star Wars is kind of both set in the past and the future, and it's not even our world. It's just a bunch of aliens living together somewhere else. Yeah.
Alien wizards controlling the galaxy.
Yeah, which is really cool in that. But why does she have to physically send the Death Star plans inside R2-D2 to somewhere, when we've seen on countless times that they're able to transfer information to each other?
So what you're saying is, if in a society advanced as ours, we have email, text message,
and
it right. That's not what I thought you were going to say. Perfectly valid, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
How can she not just email the rebels?
Yeah, why don't she just send it to the rebels?
What I thought you were going to say is there's a bit when R2 and C-3PO are getting away on an escape pod, and you see a guy be like, "Oh, an escape pod just left," and then another guy's like, "Don't worry about shooting it down. There's no life forms on board."
Oh, right.
When they just be like, "Hold on, we don't even use bullets. We use laser energy, so we're not going to waste anything shooting it down."
And we're in the Death Star.
And we're in the Death Star or a Star Destroyer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's getting away. They're like, mate, even if it's just a USB stick, they want to destroy the USB stick.
Yeah.
And this is a world where sentient robots exist.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, there's no organic life, so it is probably nothing.
Yeah.
But it's getting away.
Yeah.
It would have been one shot.
Blown up. I didn't think of that either. So that's two solutions to either the...
This is the opening scene of one of the most beloved films of all time.
And we can either have the rebels win immediately... or the Empire win immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right, let's get to your last one.
We just ruined Star Wars.
It's lovely. George Lucas done it already. So,
hello.
Next one.
Right. This isn't so much a flaw as much as a thing that you're just like, stop it. Lord of the Rings.
Haven't seen them. Great.
You haven't? Oh, God, you haven't, of course. All right. For everyone that isn't James Forbes.
Thank you.
In the third film, if one of the... possibly the best made film of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There are these scenes with Arwen, aka Liv Tyler, and every time it cuts to it, you're like, ugh.
Oh, right.
No.
That's Liv Tyler, though.
No, yeah. Cool? Even with Liv Tyler, you're like, I don't want to see this.
Oh, right. Why?
And this film was already, bear in mind, theatrically released 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a lengthy film.
That's a hell of a long time.
Yeah, that's a hell of a long time. Just get rid of it. It adds nothing to the story. I get that it's in the books, but they weren't shy to cut stuff out of the books. The reason they kept showing it was that at the end... Sorry, I'm going to ruin Lord of the Rings for you, James.
No!
I know you were planning to watch them all tonight. It's basically so that when Aragorn gets back, he can be in love with her.
Oh.
But... when he gets back and you see them getting married and stuff, you come to that conclusion on your own.
And it wasn't necessary.
It's just this,
to
and this whole thing. And this is more from a filmmaking point of view than like a plot or anything. Why on earth would you add 20-25 minutes to your already 3-hour film of stuff that is just completely nothing?
I can just imagine Peter Jackson saying, "No! You can't remove that. No!"
That is how he talks.
And like stomping his foot.
No! I love this scene.
Peter, please, honestly, we cut it down from 8 hours. We just need to get it under 3 hours. No! No!
And it's just, I've watched that film quite a few times. I've watched those scenes only the amount of times I went to the cinema to watch those scenes.
You would skip them across?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's quite strong.
Yeah, and it's just for a film you love so much to have such a part where you're like, no, next, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the ones I came prepared with.
That's all the ones we had. That's all we had. Enough ranting from us on our favourite films. Come on.
I know.
To be,
showing that we're not blind fanboys. We can admit flaws.
Yeah. You know, we love every film that was mentioned here, and
haven't seen them in the case of Lord of the Rings.
But there are some flaws, and it's quite fun to talk about sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been James Forbes,
and I've been Todd James.
Thank you for listening. Please share with us your comments on your favourite film that has a kind of a weird flaw. Again, thanks for listening.
Bye.
They don't even know that he's dead, and Tony Stark's like, oh, better blow up all the Iron Man suits.
I did watch that trailer for utter trash.
Yeah, utter trash is a really good way to put it. I think they made the best film possible out of the source material.
Okay.